My fiancé kept pressuring me to sign a prenup just in case, so I had my lawyer add a clause he definitely didn't read. When Garrett first brought up the prenup 6 months before our wedding, I wasn't suspicious. He was a successful architect, and I understood wanting to protect his assets. "It's just standard practice," he said, sliding the papers across our kitchen table. "My business partner insists all the guys do this." But then he started getting weird about it. Every few days, he'd casually mention how important it was that we get this handled soon. When I suggested we both hire separate lawyers to review it properly, he waved me off. "Mine already took care of everything. We just need your signature." The document was 47 pages of dense legal language that essentially said if we divorced, I'd get nothing. No alimony, no claim to property acquired during marriage, no retirement benefits. Even gifts I'd received would revert to him. "This seems pretty one-sided," I told him. Garrett's jaw tightened. "Do you want to marry me or not?" Red flag number 1. When I insisted on having my own attorney review it, he exploded. "You don't trust me? After 3 years together?" Then came the guilt trips about wedding costs and how stressed he was about his big project. Red flag number 2. My lawyer, Patricia, was horrified by the prenup's terms. "This is financial abuse in legal form," she said. "But if you're determined to sign, let me add some protections." We crafted additional clauses buried in the middle of the document. Standard legal language about asset disclosure, property valuations, and mandatory mediation. Nothing that would raise eyebrows during a quick scan, including one very special provision. The day I brought the revised prenup home, Garrett barely glanced at it before signing. "Finally," he muttered. "Now we can focus on important things." 2 weeks later, I discovered what those important things were. His phone buzzed during dinner. The text preview showed, "Can't wait for our trip to Cabo after your wedding. Love you." From someone named Ivy. I waited until he showered, then scrolled through months of messages. Garrett had been planning his honeymoon in Mexico with his girlfriend of 8 months. They'd booked adjoining hotel rooms and discussed how long he'd need to stay married to me before filing for divorce. "She's loaded," one message read. "This prenup guarantees I'll get half of everything when we split." Except Garrett had signed without reading Patricia's additions, including the clause specifying that any party who commits adultery during the engagement or marriage forfeits all rights to marital property and owes the faithful spouse $500,000 in damages. I printed everything. The next morning, I called Patricia. "Execute the adultery clause. I have documentation." Garrett's face when the process server arrived was worth every penny of Patricia's fees. The legal papers outlined his infidelity, his planned fraud, and his new financial obligations. "You can't do this," he stammered, scanning the documents frantically. "Actually, I can. Check page 23 of your prenup, the part you didn't read." His business partner's office called that afternoon, terminating their partnership. Apparently, Garrett's standard practice prenup advice wasn't company policy. It was his personal recommendation to help his buddies scam their fiancés. Ivy dumped him when she learned about the $500,000 judgment. Last month, I used the settlement money for a down payment on my dream house. Garrett's working at Home Depot now,